A difference or contrast between similar things or people. Similar words: difference, contrast, dissimilarity, divergence, variance. Distinction. Distinction between simple and easy. Hello, friend, and thank you for joining me here today. Something odd is going on in public discourse. More and more commentators are ignoring important and in some cases rather obvious distinctions. As a result, they pursue lines of thought that define common sense and cause confusion, injury to others, or both. One reason for this widespread failure to make important distinctions is that for almost a century, the emphasis on all levels of education has been on mind stuffing rather than training in effective thinking. The result of this misconceived focus is that many people leave school without having learned how to think effectively. Another reason is that we have been persuaded that truth is created rather than discovered. Those who embrace this idea believe that their views cannot be wrong, so they see no need to make distinctions. So, let's get into our distinction of the day here together. Distinction between simple and easy. Distinction between simple and easy. In many cases, easy and simple are interchangeable, but they do have different meanings. When something is simple, it doesn't necessarily mean it is easy at the same time. For example, growing your business with content marketing, like blogging or vlogging. Theoretically, that's a rather simple thing, not trivial nor foolproof, but definitely not impossible to learn how to do by reading articles, topic-specific books, and putting some effort in, like analyzing who the target audience is. Assuming we figure out this relatively simple process, we soon find out that it is not incredibly easy doing it. Why? Because it actually requires commitment, determination, and persistence. It requires discipline over a long time, and probably without seeing results quickly. I can have assembly instructions, which are easy, but not simple. They consist of 25 simple steps. And while the entire process is easy, it is not simple. In this context, simple means that the concept is basic, but to actually carry it out is in no way easy. Simple means that the essential concept is not complex, whereas easy refers to an action that can be performed with little difficulty. When going for your goals, is what you do simple or complex, easy or hard? There's actually quite a bit of a difference, and your results depend a lot on how you answer. Simple, you see, refers to the process, as in something can be simple or it can be complex. It can have only a few steps or it can require a PhD and 2 manuals to implement. Easy, however, is something altogether different. Easy refers to the degree of difficulty to actually implement the process. So it can either be easy or it can be hard. While these principles here are simple and not hard to follow, therein also lies the problem. This is because anything that is easy to do is just as easy not to do. And if you think about it, it's actually much easier not to do something, even when we know it is in our best interest to do so. A perfect example for this is physical fitness. I'm quite sure you know that for health purposes, it would be a great idea for you to do some form of cardiovascular exercise at least a few days per week. In fact, most health professionals say that the simple act of walking for 30 minutes each day could extend your life and your quality of life by many, many years. Most people know this, and many will set a goal to follow the advice. Unfortunately, the follow-through rate on such goals is usually less than stellar. And why is that? You have a great plan. You start strong. However, something goes wrong. As the days progress, you actually regressed, and finally you quit. What happened? It became easier not to do it, of course. See, while the process of walking is simple for most people, the self-discipline required to make it a habit is a good bit tougher. And that is the difference between something being simple and easy. Commitment, self-discipline, and accountability are three things that quickly come to mind. Ultimately, though, it just comes down to your pushing through the "it is easier not to do it" stage, until you eventually arrive at a new, lasting way of being. And while it might not always be easy, it is definitely simple and very much worth it. Please do me a favor, and in the comments below, let me know, are you finding this simple and easy to understand? Living the simple life as compared to living an easy life. Easy living and simple living are two different things. Living a simple life to most people means having few material things, doing things the natural way, and avoiding complications. Easy living, on the other hand, is usually associated with having all the luxuries that money can buy. What's more, the simple life is hard work, but the easy life means avoiding hard work at all cost. Being simple and being easy. Saying that someone is a bit simple usually is a nice way of saying that they are actually a little stupid. As for saying someone is easy, there are various interpretations, one of them being that they're laid back and relaxed, while the other is far less complimentary, but as you can see, being easy is definitely not the same as being simple. Simple can indeed mean that something is easy. 1 + 1 = 2 is a very simple bit of math. Something that is basic or fundamental is also simple. It's a simple truth. Falling and missing the ground is impossible. Simple can also be used to show that something isn't complicated or fancy. She wore a simple black dress. In scholarly language, it could mean that a thing isn't in a compound form. That applies to math, botany, and English grammar. It could mean that someone is a bit dumb, and historically a simple was a medicinal herb. An easy thing is one that is not difficult to do. It was easy to walk up the hill. An easy life is laid back and free of worry. I want the easy life of someone who inherited $1 million. It could mean that someone is free of awkwardness. He won them over with his easy charm, or her easy manner made her popular. Unfortunately, it could also mean that someone or something is vulnerable. Women who walk alone at night are easy targets for criminals. It can even be an insult. She has a reputation for being easy. As you can see, you can use easy as an exclamation. Easy, 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 good dog. Don't bark so excitedly. Easy means something that's achieved without effort. Simple means something that is uncomplicated and easily understood. Easy, achieved without great effort, presenting few difficulties. Simple, used to convey that something is very straightforward. There is a difference between easy and simple, but many people get this confused. Change for the better can be simple, but the execution of the simpleness can be very hard. Procrastination is very complicated, but the execution of it is quite easy. For example, someone trying to lose weight knows that all they have to do is eat healthy and exercise for 30 minutes a day. This is simple, but not easy. On the other hand, the same person knows that if they continue to eat poorly and exercise infrequently, their health problems will continue to grow. This is a complicated situation, but easy to carry out. Would you be so kind? It is actually easy to do. Write in the comments below. What are some of the things that you find very simple, yet not easy to do? While you're at it, it would be simple to also add, what do you find very easy, however not so simple? The issue between what is easy and what is simple is the way it is easier for the mind to talk you out of the simpler, smarter choices. The main difference between easy and simple: easy refers to something that is not difficult, while simple refers to something that is not complex. Simple, uncomplicated, something that is or is done by doing few straightforward things. Quite often something that is simple is easy, but being simple isn't necessarily easy. Easy, something that can be done without difficulty. It is easy because it is simple. It has few and or straightforward steps, but not necessarily so. Complicated things can be easy too, if the steps within the action are simple to follow. The difference between simple and easy can be frustrating, and it often goes unnoticed. People say things are easy regularly, when things aren't easy. They are simple. It is simple when you know what to do, how to solve a problem, how to find an answer, what to say next. But that doesn't mean the act or the follow-through is easy. Knowing what to do is simple on principle, but it is not easy. If the situation was easy, we would have done it already. But sometimes, the things with the simplest instructions are hardest to do. Simplicity is possibly the single most important key in life. The most important things in your life are simple, but not easy. The words are similar, but not interchangeable. If something is simple, it is easily understood and offers clarity. If something is easy, it requires little effort. While you want to aim for simple, the path is not often easy. And though we all would welcome positive outcomes with minimal effort, achieving our best in business and in life requires a great deal of work. And there you have it, distinction. Do remember to subscribe and hit that notification button. Share this video with people you know can benefit from this distinction. Leave a comment and let me know what you find easy, yet not very simple, or what you find simple, yet not very easy. And if you feel you are ready to improve your self-awareness, your social awareness, self-management, and relationship management even further, do check out my Master of Life Awareness program, Human Need Psychology, plus Emotional Intelligence, plus Universal Laws of Nature. You can only experience what you are aware of. So, become a Master of Life Awareness. Links are in the description below. Thank you. Love and respect.